The US Embassy in Kuwait held a commemorative event with over 300 guests, including students, in the English Access Microscholarship Program, as well as their families and friends at the Al-Amricani Cultural Centre. The event was coordinated with AMIDEAST, the US Ambassador to Kuwait. His Excellency Matthew H. Tueller was present at the event to welcome attendees. The event witnessed 3 prominent Kuwaitis embedded with the US military deliver a speech of their experiences during the invasion of Kuwait and the liberation. More on this with our correspondent Genwa Jabouri.
It has been 24 years since the invasion of Kuwait. The passing of the long years, although part of a distant yesterday, for many the memory remains vivid, emotional and intense, as their experiences were. Many Kuwaitis stood today in front of more than 300 guests to talk of their experiences, which portrayed the heroic, brave and patriotic stance of all the men and women during their most difficult and bitter times.
Today's story came from my heart. I came to the people who I really dear and love, to the people of the United States. We owe them a lot. And the role that they have played in liberating my country was an excellent and great role that we will always owe it to them. I'm so happy to be here with this beautiful and wonderful crowd, and I'm so happy to have my country back.
This event here that we're holding in the Al-Amricani Centre, the site of the original American hospital, is a strong symbol of the strong partnership between the United States and Kuwait. We heard from Kuwaitis who, while studying the United States in 1990, volunteered to serve alongside US forces in liberating their country. And I think, again, that's a powerful symbol of how our two countries have worked together for many to promote regional security and stability. These were emotional stories. Obviously, these were people who wanted to serve, loved their country. And I think that's what brings Americans and Kuwaitis together, is a strong love we have for our countries, the devotion that we have to prosperity, to building something for the future of the children.
In a speech delivered by the US Ambassador to Kuwait, His Excellency Matthew Tueller stated that this is a great way to remind ourselves of the long-standing friendship Kuwaitis and Americans have shared, and a great sign of the support we have shown each other over the years, a relationship I have treasured throughout my term as US Ambassador.
A very emotional moment. I never, since the invasion of Iraq, spoke about this to anyone. But I thought if I owe it to someone, I owe it to the people of the United States. He kissed the feet of his father and the feet of his mother, and he was crying. His dad looked up to him. He said, "Sam, do you remember when you used to bug me when you were young? How tall is God? How big is God? What are the signs of ending time? Dad, is it possible that the sun will rise from the west and sets in the east?" He said, "Yeah." He looked at the colonel and pointed. He said, "That's the sun rising from the west, setting in the east. That's the United States of America."
Today we are here just to hear and some Kuwaitis guys, they were here in the war period, and they told us an emotional stories that they passed by and how their families had been dead and what happens really, and that was really emotional just to know what was there and how people who just saves Kuwait and really work as they can just to make this country to be just on.
The speakers at the event included Adel Abbas, Saud, Al-Zaid and Maen al-Rashid, who were all embedded with the US military during the Gulf War. A number of Kuwaitis today shared their stories as they remember and commemorate the liberation of Kuwait, which certainly witnessed some very emotional moments. From the Al-Amricani Cultural Centre, I'm Genwa Jabouri reporting to you for the English News.